What up? What up? What up? What up? What's going on, my friends? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep. And as always, we're keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. Look, I'm your host, Arrington Gavin. Welcome, my friends, once again to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show, coming to you weeknights. Okay? You can check us out wherever you get your podcast. You can also watch us. You can stream us on YouTube and Rumble at the Arrington Gavin Show. You can also listen to us at 11 p.m. Monday through Fridays on our radio affiliate WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. That's right, my friends. Look, I'm trying to see, what do I have on the agenda today? So on today's conversation, look, we're going to talk about the Chiefs' newest addition to the squad. That's right. They have officially now have one of the greatest wide receivers, in my opinion, in the NFL currently, Mr. DeAndre Hopkins. He was recently traded to the Kansas City Chiefs, the defending Super Bowl champs. Also, my idol, Dave Chappelle, is one of my all-time favorite comedians. He is going on tour with Killer Mike for an awesome anticipated tour, which I think is going to be dope. I always love seeing when music and comedy collabs. Also, had a crumb there. Also, Liam Neeson. I always, sometimes I catch myself saying Liam Neeson's, but it's Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson, you all know him from the popular movie Taken. He's saying he's going to be retiring from action films because you know why? He's getting older. It's funny because I co-host I co-host a podcast with some friends of mine called In Your City, which I do hope you are tuning into that. You can check out clips on our YouTube channel, our Smooth Club Media. You can also follow In Your City 2 on Instagram. I recently had spoke with the guys and saying, look, I got to get something off my chest. And one of the things was these old action stars, all right, doing these stunts. It's unrealistic, right? I don't like it. So I vented about that, and it's funny how fast forward now we finally, I think Liam Neeson must have heard my rant because now he's talking about, hey, look, I need to retire. I wish he can spread the word out to all the action stars. Also, what else do we have? Oh, we got some beef in the comedy game. Steve Harvey, he was recently on a podcast sitting down with his good friend of many, many years, Cedric the Entertainer, as well as D.L. Hughley, and another well-respected comedian and writer, Chris Spencer. And they were just mainly Steve Harvey. He had to vent off about, just since when does comedians go after comedians? And a lot of people were saying, was this his response? And in addition, because I've showed a clip when Steve Harvey kind of threw some shade at Cat Williams during a live speaking engagement that he did amongst a bunch of entrepreneurs and business owners. But he said it again here on this podcast. And so we'll talk a little more about that if we have some time. Also, I do want to speak on the black male vote, because that's still a very big topic right now. And so I want to give you my take on that as well. So my friends, like I said, you are tuned into the Arrington Gavin Show. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join me for yet another great conversation. So I truly appreciate it. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. Okay, follow the Arrington Gavin Show, ARRINGTON, last name Gavin, GAVIN. Follow me on Instagram as well as on X at the Arrington Gavin Show. And again, follow, subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Rumble channel. Share it with a friend. I truly appreciate that, and continue to support WDJY 99.1 FM. All right. Shout out to my friends and listeners out in the Dallas, Georgia area. We got a great show for you on tap today. Before I move forward, I always have to acknowledge our proud supporters of the Arrington Gavin Show, like our friends over at Rugged Evolution Beard Care. That's right, Rugged Evolution offers 17 scented beard balms, beard oils, conditioning shampoos, also unisex products. Now, I'm not saying, ladies, y'all got facial hair. I'm not saying that, but we do have some unisex products as well. Exfoliating soaps, face cleansing washes, body wash, amazing soy-based candles. I mean, it is so much amazing, so many amazing products with Rugged Evolution. So please, I highly recommend it. Check them out by going to their website at www.ruggedevo.com. Again, that's www.ruggedevo.com. You can also follow them on their social medias as well at Rugged Evo on Instagram, as well as Rugged Evolution Beard Care on Facebook. We want to thank them for being a proud supporter of the Arrington Gavin Show. Also, our friends over at Ingenious Gin. That's right, Ingenious Gin is a Black-owned, veteran-owned spirit with a spin of the original gin. This is a rose gold gin, y'all. So a lot of y'all are familiar with the color always being clear. This is a rose gold complexion gin. It is very smooth. I myself am a bourbon and whiskey guy, and when I do partake in gin, I always ask, hey, Ingenious, do you have any Ingenious? No, then I'm good. I'll just stick with my brown, because there is no other gin that I will partake in or or enjoy fellowshipping with the fellas or family and friends. So I highly recommend, for all you gin connoisseurs out there, add that to your collection. Ingenious Gin. You can check them out at your local Spirit or ABC stores, or you can go online to www.ingeniousgin.com. Again, that's www.ingeniousgin.com. Below, if you're streaming us at the moment, you can see I've provided a 20% off discount code at the bottom of the screen. So you can use that code at checkout if you're shopping online, and you'll receive 20% off your purchase, my friends. Look, we're going to do a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. You know, just like a winning team evolves throughout the season, so does your beard. I'm Arrington Gavin, proud CEO of Rugged Evolution Beard Care. With our premium oils, balms, and grooming tools, it's everything you need to level up your beard game. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a rookie, Rugged Evolution is the new smooth. Order now and dominate the beard game like never before. Rugged Evolution Beard Care, because every beard deserves to be legendary. All right, my friends, welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. As always, I am your guy, Arrington Gavin. You can't get rid of me, because then you will have to change the title of the show. All right, I know that was corny, guys. I understand. So anyway, let's get it going with our regular fun fact of the day. All right, this fun fact is Montana. Did you know Montana has 3 times as many cows as it does people? Did you guys know that? Maybe our Montana listeners, they're probably like, well, duh. How do you think we survive out here in Montana? Montana. So it says here that Montana, famous for its stunning landscapes and wide open spaces, has a population of 1,085,004 people. So a little over a million people. And they have 2,160,000 cattle. So makes me wonder if like sci-fi would like say, oh, we need to create like a when cows attack and and debut it in Montana, because we've seen some weird movies. Look, I'm a cornball when it comes to films. One of my favorite uh franchise of films, Sharknado. Corny as hell, I know, and I'm not even like. That's the only time I look forward to Shark Week is Sharknado. I've always loved Sharknado, or like even like when what Sharktopus or three-headed shark fights, I don't know, Mega Croc or whatever. Like it's just they're low budget films that look extremely low budget, but it's just so entertaining. I hope they do something. I guess what cows and I don't know when cows attack or something, uh, or when cows uh uh I don't know, when cows take over Montana or something like that. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming here, but you've heard the idea and the process, the build up process here on the Arrington Gavin show. So when y'all start seeing something on the marquee or in theaters, hey, look, Montana, when cows attack or when cows betray and they stand together and protest against their farmers or something. I don't know. I'm just over here just losing my mind. Anyway, my friends, that was our fun fact of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, I want to entertain you guys, inform you guys, and also just provide some, hey, I didn't know that, and share it with a friend. It might be a good conversation starter for those who's on a upcoming blind date or something. Anyway, let me go ahead and move it on from that. Look, first up on the Arrington Gavin show, I spoke earlier about one of the conversations that we will be going over, and that is about action star Liam Neeson. Now, Liam Neeson, known from the movies Taken, but he has a much larger portfolio than just Taken. He is I remember, I think he was on Batman Begins. That was the first film of when Christian Bale started playing or portraying as Batman. And so he's since then Liam Neeson's. He's the most popular film that obviously he's known for is Taken, in my opinion. I mean, come on. When it comes to the scene when he's on the phone, I will find you and I will kill you. Like, I mean, come on now. Come on. It's Liam Neeson's, for crying out loud. So recently, Liam Neeson's, and this is reported by People Magazine, says here that Liam Neeson explains when he'll retire his particular set of skills. Again, a scene from the movie for those who follow his movies in action films. He said, look, I'm 72 years old, which earlier I was sharing another a podcast that I co-host with some friends of mine, comedian Ciroc Fox, Hus Queen Miss Michelle Young, and Cam Gottlieb, our producer Cam Gottlieb, and I had went on a rant, you can say, because look, this is I am really sticking it to directors and writers that make millions and millions of dollars, that are fed with these huge ass budgets from Hollywood executives and companies and whatever, and they give us crap. It's like the the theme is already been been said. People are familiar with how certain action movies end, or drama films end, or rom-com films end. Like it's like I've been in movie theaters where people can literally pinpoint exactly how this scene's going to end up, how this scene's going to end up. Oh, they're going to do this. I already saw this coming. Like, people are just not satisfied anymore. And so maybe that's why documentaries are booming right now, because they're real life stories, it's realistic things. But films should still be just like that. Like, even though it's fiction, give us something that's realistic. You know what I mean? So I went on a rant talking about action films, especially action film stars that are up there in age. Look, I'm a huge Denzel Washington fan, but Denzel does not need to make another Equalizer. All his Equalizers, in my opinion, are dope. I'm a huge fan of the Equalizer films, but it's just not realistic. It's just not realistic, y'all. Freaking Rambo, no more Rambos. Sylvester Stallone, you look sick. You look dry. You're in shape for your age, but please don't do no more action films. Like, I understand why he played Tulsa King. Tulsa King, man, it's a couple of bam, boom, it's brawls. It ain't no action where he got to do the guns and hopping off and building. None of that stuff. Rambo can't do no more. Rambo can't do no more. What's another one? I said Equalizer. Damn it. What's another one? I said Liam Neeson's. Freaking it was a dude with the rope and the cowboy hat. Oh Lord. Indiana Jones. Harrison Ford, sit your ass down, please. You do not need to be swinging from nothing from no rope at your age no more. All right. Bad Boys, Will and Martin. The fourth one was great. Y'all supposed to be, I think y'all supposed to be making the fifth one. Please, y'all need to sit down too. Y'all need to sit down too. Now give Wesley Snipes another film, because he was in jail for a good portion of his career. And and that put a dent on some of his films. That put a dent. And so he's still in shape. I'll give it to him. He's still in shape. Even oh man, who I done lost my train of thought on the other person I had in mind that would do good in some action films. Not Wesley Snipes. Dang, I don't forgot it. But you understand what I'm coming from. Like, you just can't. Oh, Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, I can see him still doing some Mission Impossibles, right? It's too many Mission Impossible. I think they're on 6 or 7 now. It's just like what is it? Fast and Furious. Stop it. Stop it. I'm tired of seeing Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious no more. I'm fast and frustrated. Okay, I am fast and frustrated that y'all make so many freaking films. Now, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, he's around 50. He obviously can do some more action films. He's a big guy. He always kept himself in shape. He's a former, well, he still is wrestling technically. So I can see stuff like that occurring. But you just gotta know when to sit it down and make it look realistic. Even, I might hurt some feelings here, and I might get a lot of heat, but even Keanu Reeves, John Wick, like, I'm sorry, Keanu. I think it's around that time you need to sit down too. John Wick needs to hurry up and in. Give it to some younger people, if you know what I mean. So I'm on this long rant. Let me go ahead and read this article reported by People Magazine. It says here that Liam Neeson's resume includes obviously starring in roles of some of the biggest films of the past few decades. He was the hero of Steven Spielberg's Best Picture winning drama, Schindler's List, earning an Oscar nomination for himself, a Jedi Master in Star Wars franchise, and a charming widower in the enduring holiday favorite Love Actually. But with Taken, the 2009 revenge drama about a former government agent who must rescue his kidnapped daughter, Neeson found a second act as an action star, connecting with viewers more than ever before. It just seemed to have touched something in the psychic nerve of movie-going audiences. Just take his recent trip to New York court to a New York court, where the Northern Ireland native who has dual U.S. citizenship reported for jury duty. He wasn't selected for a trial and sat reading a Patricia Cornwell, excuse me, mystery on his Kindle while waiting to be released by the clerk. Says here he's calling. I don't know, 55, 60 of us. Um, he gets to me, but all I'm hearing is I have a particular set of skills, skills that would make me. And I thought of, oh, F no. Neeson says with a smile as he recalls hearing the reciting of the monologue from Taken. It was actually really sweet and flattering. As I was leaving, people started to applaud. Uh, continued Neeson. Uh, he now made more than a dozen films, more than a dozen movies in the genre of action, including his latest Absolution, the tale of a low-level criminal and boxer afflicted with CTE, who, you guessed it, exact revenge on some very bad men. Typical, typical, typical. Look, keep taking in that realm. Don't bring it off to another whole new, movie. And it's come on. It's again, movie directors, writers, they're losing their take, in my opinion. They are really just I don't know. They're slacking. They're slacking. And I'm no movie director or writer myself, but I would want to continue to give off new, unique things that will separate me from my competition, that will wow the audience, that will continue to get them, feed them more. And I guess you can say, well, for the diehard Taken fans or just action film fans, they want to see the same old, same old. It's funny because I was just listening to a conversation that comedian Ricky Smiley had with one third of the comedic group 85 South. I'm forgetting which I'm forgetting which one it was. I think it was Carlos Miller. And they were talking about how they, when they try to share new jokes on stage, sometimes those will be the ones that flop because fans and the audience don't want to hear that. They want to hear their old material and their past material. Sometimes it's like, no, I'll still give them the new stuff, but I do have to go back because that's what they love. They want to continue to hear it. They want to give them what the people want. And hey, people still want to see Liam Neeson. I have I have certain skills, specific skills, and then special skills, and yada yada yada. They want to see that stuff. Now, maybe I'm just in an island by myself, but I want to see more unique content from different directors and films. I don't want to see the same old crap. I don't want to pay to go see a film, nor even if I see it in my own house. I don't want to see it on my streaming services that I pay month to month or yearly subscriptions for. I want to see new stuff. Damn it. Calm down, Arrington. Calm down. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm gonna digress, my friends. I'm gonna move on to another topic here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's move it on to sports. Let's move it on to sports. I don't know about y'all, but I am even though I enjoy attending basketball games more, there's nothing like going to a live basketball game. Um, but I love football. I love football season. I love watching football games. I love the culture. I love the gathering amongst friends. I love drinking a beer on Sunday. You know what I mean? I love everything about football. So moving on to football, I don't know if you heard about this huge trade that occurred during the season. But DeAndre Hopkins first came to fame playing for the Houston Texans. The man was balling. One of the fastest wide receivers out there, one of the most successful, and a humble guy. And he was traded to. I'm trying to see where did he. Okay, last after he left the Houston Texans, he went on to play for the Tennessee Titans. And this is an article I pulled up from the Kansas City Star because, yep, you guessed it, he is now officially a Kansas City Chiefs. Oh my goodness. Kansas City Chiefs, by the way, defending Super Bowl champs. I think they have like 3 under their belt right now. Still led by Pat Mahomes. My homeboy is what Shannon Sharp calls him, but Pat Mahomes probably one of the top 5 by far, maybe greatest in the league right now, greatest quarterbacks in the league right now. Like, he is just a spectacular player, has a cannon like no other. He's always I call him Mr. Highlight Reel because there's always a highlight where he just makes these off the wall plays and it hits. He's not a fast runner, but he is a running mobile. He's a mobile quarterback with an arm, and he's also a 3-time Super Bowl champ. And I don't even think he's 30 yet. Maybe he is. He might be early 30s, but he no, hell no. He might be younger than that. Hold on, let me pull this up because it's going to bug me throughout the show. Let me see how old this Joker is. What does it say? Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes is my age. Wow, Harrington. You really got to do better with yourself. Yeah. Is this reality right here? Like, this man's making millions and millions and millions of dollars. I'm maybe hitting that thousandaire status. Maybe. I'm trying to get to thousandaire status. 29 years old. I tell you, man, I got to get my life together. I got to get my ish together. I was talking to my mom earlier today about one of our local, not local, but one of our state elected officials here in Virginia. Really dope dude, state delegate Nadarius Clark. Nadarius Clark was elected at age 26. Yes, he was elected at 26 years old, making him the youngest ever to be elected in that position. He's currently 29 years old. I'm just like, wow, this guy is a state elected official. And what am I doing myself? What am I doing in my life right now? Wow, like he's my age. You know what I mean? Like, I feel some type of way. I really do feel some type of way. Damn, Mahomes is 29 years old. Wow. Well, he's a talent. He's a true talented individual. Long story short, the Chiefs are stacked, is what I'm trying to say. The Chiefs are already having a pretty decent season right now. If I'm not mistaken, I think they might have like 2 losses under their belt. 2 or 3, something like that. But they're doing good they're doing good so far this season. So this is reported by the Kansas City Star. Says here when Chiefs wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins greeted new teammates in the locker room, he did so while wearing a different jersey number than he's used to do. Than he used to be, excuse me. It says here that he will wear the number 8. Wow, the number 8. What's your guys' take on players, NFL players other than quarterbacks, punters, and kickers? What's your take besides those position players I just named with the single digit numbers? And I know it's kind of like a stupid question to ask, like, Andrew, who cares about the numbers? We just, we enjoy the sport. We enjoy the entertainment of the game and the competitiveness amongst the players. But it's like, the single digit numbers, and it's been going in the NFL for a long time, by the way. But like, single digit numbers used to always be more of a collegiate thing, and now is brought into the NFL. I'm just like, not crazy about it. But anyway, yeah, number 8. Okay, excuse me, DeAndre Hopkins. This is his the fourth team that he's played for, because he did also play for the Arizona Cardinals. So it says here that in his 12-year career, wow, I didn't know it was 12 years already. 12-year career spanning 3 other teams, Hopkins previously had only wore the number 10. The numeral is taken on the Chiefs by running back Isaiah Pacheco. Oh, that's why. And he's a dude. He's like, you got to earn that number, because he's nice too. It says here Hopkins explained to reporters why he chose to go with the number 8 this time. He says Kobe Bryant, one of my favorite athletes of all times, said NFL and NBA great. So I knew if I ever got the chance to wear number 8, just like when I picked number 10, Lionel Messi was his favorite soccer player. Gotcha, underdog. Felt like me at the time coming out of college. Number 8, a special number. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. It's cool. Says here that the move requires some maneuvering. Chiefs practice squad receiver Justin Ross, who previously was number 8, switched to 82. Casey announced that Hopkins trade for a conditional draft pick. Recently, Chiefs coach Andy Reid said he planned to play Hopkins as soon as they can on one of their road games against against the Raiders. So, hey, congrats to the Chiefs, man, because that is a hell of a pickup. That is a heck of a pickup. It as a non-Chiefs fan, it's like it frustrates me because I'm like, wow, are they literally gonna potentially get another ring this year? Because I'm just like, Lord, they are truly a dynasty squad. I will say, keep an eye on the Baltimore Ravens. Ever since they picked up Derrick Henry from the Tennessee Titans, Derrick Henry's been going off. Lamar Jackson's been doing good. Baltimore as a whole has been doing great. The Philadelphia Eagles, they're not looking bad at all. Who else? Of course, still keep an eye on the Detroit Lions. They're coming off a great season. And again, they beat the brakes this past season against the Dallas Cowboys, which I mean, you rarely see 40 something to a single digit on the scoreboard in the NFL. It's happened before. I think recently the Reds, was it the Washington football team, I think, when they recently played either them or it was the Falcons. One of them, because they beat the Carolina Panthers. I know this because my wife is a Panthers fan. She's low-key a quiet fan now because she roots more for the Philadelphia Eagles because her man crush is what's his name? Jalen Hurts. I'm like, girl, you don't be acting like you really a Eagles fan. You just be liking the Eagles because you like Jalen Hurts. And she look at me like, yeah. And I'm like, wow. No one cares about my feelings. No one cares about, like, I'm not even here. Like, I'm not even there. Like, just, it's crazy. It's insane. So, yeah, my friends, congrats to the Chiefs. This will be right now to me is a great NFL season. And I'm curious. I'm curious to see how this will end up. And yeah. So look, what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna head to a commercial break. Don't go anywhere. You are tuning in to the Arrington Gavin show. Do not change that dial, my friends. We'll be right back.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
What is happening, y'all? Welcome back to the show. So look, I mentioned before about some comedy beef going on, and it's something that you never enjoy seeing. I mean, at least I don't. Like, one art form that I truly adore is comedy, stand-up comedy, especially because I feel as though it is one of the most underrated. Well, I wouldn't say that. I don't think it's underrated. Well, I will say that. I'll take it back. I think it's still one of the most underrated art forms. I think people don't realize how difficult stand-up comedy is. I love stand-up comedy. My wife and I, we go to mostly comedy shows than we do music concerts. I mean, no joke. I have like so many close friends that are professional comedians, stand-up comedians, and I always like admire and I'm just mesmerized by when I see them hit the stage, and it's like, wow, you are so, like, for one, you have that confidence, for one, you're hilarious, for one, it's so hard to, you gotta, sometimes people are just naturally funny, like they get up there, no practice, no notes, no nothing. Some of them have new jokes right in the heat of the moment, some of them rehearse new jokes. I mean, it's dope. Anyway, let me talk about why I brought this up. So recently, Steve Harvey addressed the speculations Cedric the Entertainer, and D.L. Hughley that they treated Bernie Mac like crap. This story is reported by Complex, and this is what Steve Harvey had to say about that. Because if y'all don't recall, the very widely and highly successful episode of Club Shay Shay, hosted by NFL Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champ, and sports analyst Shannon Sharp, on his show when he welcomed comedian Cat Williams, again another highly successful stand-up comedian. Cat Williams went off. He was telling everybody's business, everybody and their mama's business, and he really went hard on Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, and Ricky Smiley. Those are the three. And then he really mentioned, he put out everybody's business out there. He talked mess about Kevin Hart. Did he talk about Tiffany Haddish? I can't remember if he talked about Tiffany Haddish or not, but he talks some mad junk. So obviously a lot of people were saying at the heat of the moment, Steve Harvey, Cedric, Ricky, they weren't buying it. They didn't believe it. They didn't they believed it, but they didn't have any response, which to the public, when you don't respond to anything, it looks guilty when you don't, because you're like, okay, if you're so innocent, then hurry up and defend yourself. But they didn't, and they're like, wow, that's a guilty mood. That's a you just lost a battle, yada yada. That's like forfeiting and saying, yeah, I lost. He's telling the truth. No, it's not like that all the time, in my opinion. So look, here's what Steve Harvey spoke on a little bit, just about the business and the back and forth that other comedians have in this day and age in the stand-up comedy world. So here, I will play the soundbite. I'll meet you on the other side.
Just because you can talk smooth without saying it don't mean you ain't lying.
Right.
I be sitting up here looking at these podcasts of these other comedians that's going on talking about other comedians. Hold up, dog. Where did that come from? When did we become that? When did we get into tear each other down business? Because you ain't never heard me say not a disparaging remark against another comedian nowhere. You ain't heard him or him, because we ain't cut from that cloth.
Right.
So what is your motive for doing this here? And you're not going to tear him down. And look, man, I got a real platform. I got a radio show that do 9.5 million people every day on it. I could cut that mic on and let you have it. I'm talking about I could fix your career on a permanent basis, partner, because I got 4 hours a day to do it. I don't do that. Just because Bernie was a special dude, man. So when I hear stuff about us and I hear stuff about the dissension, I don't really know what they talking about. Because the thing about Bernie was a man's man.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody say, they treated Bernie like that was impossible. Bro, that was impossible. This dude right here was Chicago South Side to his core and blood. You mistreat this dude right here, you know the problem you're going to have instantly.
But what was going on in Bernie's room?
That was a whole nother situation.
He was.
We had to leave that alone.
I told said one time. I said, I'm not
do nothing. Bernie drank beer and
a Miller
Junior Drive, and
smoked cigars,
and he walk alone.
Yeah. As soon as we had to go to after party every night.
Right.
As soon as the Crown Royal people came in and Bernie saw him, Bernie was gone.
Yep, he was a whole different thing.
Bernie was a special dude, man. So when I hear stuff about us and I hear stuff about the dissension, I don't really know what they talking about. Because the thing about Bernie was a man's man.
Mm-hmm.
Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same bro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good over KB and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You would have to have a range. I played a lot of characters, 60 movie roles. I'm not playing Cat Williams in there.
I don't know, Cat. We might not let you drink anymore the way I mean, we ain't even got.
I'm not. You mean to tell me if Steve Harvey, your favorite comedian, you've been waiting for him to do stand-up for 15 years now? He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Cat Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Cat Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig. Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. I've taken 46 comedians with me on the road. 46.
Okay.
I'm not the comedian you can give that to. I only put on comedians that are funnier than me. Anybody that ever told you differently was a fat Faison liar. There's nobody like me in the business.
Faison just called it straight.
Faison said that getting a Netflix special is easy. I have 12 specials. Guess how many Faison got? 0. I've taken 46 comedians with me on the road. 46.
Okay.
Him and Steve had already apologized for me, so I gave him a pass for a decade. Why would you sit here and be like, I saw Cat 30 times and Cat didn't do as I stand before you, Shannon. I would have bust Cedric's stomach. There was nothing that would have kept me from one of these in that patch right there. Like, are you kidding?
Look, y'all, I had to look. I'll be honest, and I've tell y'all many a times, I am a skeptic when it comes to beefs. And someone says this about this one person, someone says that about this person, and it was so hard. Matter of fact, and you can, I can bring on my good friend comedian Ciroc Fox. So we had a huge back and forth on the podcast, on our podcast In Your City, because I'm not a fan of when someone bashes another individual, especially within your craft, within your community, within your industry, because really stand-up comedy shouldn't be like, a gang or professional wrestling kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, it should be like, hey, look, we can all win, right? We're all funny. We're all successful. Why do we have to bash each other? For one, stand-up comedy is not supposed to have drama. It's not, in my opinion, it's not. Now, I'm no comedian, but it's just like they give off so much healing to an audience that probably are going through some bad patches. So when they go see a comedian, it's a breath of fresh air, right? So you would think amongst other comedians, it's just a big family unit. But no, obviously it shows here that it's not. Now, I really don't like the fact that Cat Williams spent damn near 3 hours bashing multiple people within the entertainment industry. One thing I didn't like, because they could not defend themselves. Right? Now, he can give his opinion, but you know what? He wasn't sharing it like if it was his opinion. He was sharing it as basic. It was all factual information. And that right there to me is gaslighting. So the sad thing is, I feel as though this man became so successful for bashing other people, especially other people of color. And guess what? The fans loved it. That was one of Shannon Sharp's most highest viewed show ever. You hear me? He won awards. He got new contracts. He got paid, new endorsements, you name it. The success rate went crazy on Shannon Sharp. His whole dynamic now changed on the style of programming he was going to be putting out. But that's the issue, in my opinion, because controversy shouldn't be the top seller. It shouldn't. Shannon said, look, I just want to have a good conversation with a highly successful individual. Why does it have to be, oh, I got to crap on all these comedians parade and make it seem like he's the victim? No, I didn't like that. I didn't like that whatsoever. Now, I said publicly, like, he might be 50% right. He might be 50% wrong. I really do not know. I do not know. But Steve had a point. He's like, okay, just because you're speaking fluently in your messages doesn't mean that it's accurate. People came after Joe Biden like that, or just anybody. I'm not gonna say Joe Biden, but just anybody that is stuttering, or like what I'm doing, or this and what I'm, when they repeat the same term, they're like, oh, see, he's stuck because he's not telling the truth. No, not everybody talks the same, stupid. Like, come on now. So to me, it does seem like a man that's just hating off of seeing highly successful individuals, and this whole conspiracy theory of like, oh, there is such thing as a gatekeeper, or people sold their soul and that's why they're so successful. Hell no, it's called great business, branding, okay, networking, respect, loyalty. Look at Kevin Hart. Cat Williams went after Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart took his best friends from Philadelphia, the Red Solo couple. I forgot the group he calls them, but Plastic Cup Boys. He brought them up. They have their own. They have a Sirius XM show, podcast. They each go on tour. Like, he brought them along. Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, Sid, DL. There's a whole community of comedians within that one bubble right there. Joe Rogan. He's the same thing. He brought in a whole circle of influential comedians and said, no, we're gonna win together. He brought comedy to Austin, Texas. Okay, with his own comedy club, The Mothership, which I plan on visiting very, very soon. It's like, I just don't like all the beef. It's petty. It's freaking petty. It's that Real Housewife love of hip hop petty crap. I can't stand it. People are too grown. Look, I'm 29 years old. I don't got time for that. I'm too old for that mess. I wanted to say something else, but hey, FCC says you can't do that, and I don't want to. I want to get kicked. I want to get dinged. All right. But seriously, this stuff is nonsense, y'all. It is nonsense. Not saying I'm never gonna stop watching Cat Williams comedy, because I think he's hilarious. I think he's hilarious on films. I think he's extremely talented. I just wish he would have chose to talk this stuff more privately than publicly on a podcast. I just think it's petty. That's just my honest opinion. How are we looking with time? Let me go ahead and move it on, because I'm trying to let's see here. I'll save the story about the Hallmark lawsuit. I'll save that a little on the next one, but I do want to talk about let's see here. I do want to talk about black male vote. I really want to talk about this because I think it's extremely important, and it's not being shared as much as it should. So let me give you my 2 cents. Let me give you my 2 cents on this. I'm hearing a lot amongst just groups of people. I'm seeing a lot of this on the on local news outlets, and some of it to me is like I feel like it's a form of gaslighting too, because the more you bring it up, the more it does affect the candidate's campaign, because there's some people that really don't pay attention or watch the news, but they start reading a headline and they're like, oh, they might read the headline, black male voters are choosing more to go to Trump than Harris. And it's like, okay, for somebody that is not a common news goer, they see the headline, they're like, well, maybe I might need to give Trump a try. Yada yada yada. Here's how I'll break it down to you. So this article right here is says that a quarter of young black men says they will vote for Trump. Now I'll be honest. Every time either I talk with a young black male and I ask, what's your interest in because a lot of the times their interest is not really in any candidate, but a lot of them has been saying they might be leaning towards Trump. And I'm like, what's the reason? Economy. Typical. So tax breaks will only affect wealthy people. All righty. I'm sorry. They will affect people probably with 500 grand and more in yearly income. The average young black male might not make I don't think they're making 500 grand over a year. Young black male, so I'm talking like 18 to 35 range. That's not a jab. They're obviously they're very capable of doing so. I'm in that range. I don't make that much. But nor do I think that Trump is the answer. They are quick to receive misinformation because they see a person. For one, they might follow influential individuals, and it's sad, but you got people like freaking Sexy Red, who's publicly endorsed Trump, which because he gave him stimmies and all that crap is garbage. You got Nutso Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell, got no idea where they're even at. You got Lawrence Taylor out of all people. He's so influential. He's endorsed Donald Trump. Lawrence Taylor, man, that's hilarious. And then also Hitman Hearns, a retired boxer, he's endorsed Donald Trump. Those are, and then you've also had some influential men in the Latin community, famous rappers, who has publicly endorsed Donald Trump. Misinformed is what I'll say. Also, I'm hearing a lot in conversations that it's the bravado, it's the masculinity. He just gives off. He's a billionaire. He's a man's man. He's married a hot model. He says what he says. He doesn't care, and this and that. He's unpredictable. So for that masculine, like that, for one, that is described to be the man's man. Like, okay, let's talk about toxic masculinity, right? There is no such thing as being a man's man. I'm a man. I don't go around saying I'm a man's man. I'm a man's man. I'm a man. Who am I trying to prove? I mean, what am I trying to prove? Who am I trying to let know that I'm a man? I don't got to prove a damn thing to these people. Anybody. All right. I don't. You don't have to. In order to change a tire doesn't make you a man's man. In order to get your hands dirty in the dirt don't make you a man's man. Let's take out that statement, because that stuff is fake. That stuff is fake news. That is fake. It's not real. It is not real, dude. There's been so many in my opinion, just disasters that has occurred because of people saying, I'm not gonna be respected by my male peers because they're gonna think I'm sissified, or I'm not a man's man. Like, give me a break. You do you. You be yourself. You like that's the worst part about and I suffer through it sometimes because for example, here's what I mean by that. When it comes to public speaking, I hate public speaking. Why? Because I'm always thinking of the worst things that people are probably saying in their heads about me. Like, ooh, he talks funny. He doesn't talk clearly. He doesn't read good. He sounds illiterate. Like I have those thoughts. And sometimes you just gotta pursue it and not give a flying you know what of what other people think. Now I say all that to say, guys, look, Trump is not the epitome of a man's man. He's the epitome of a coward. He's the epitome of a criminal. He's the epitome of a narcissist, misogynistic individual. Okay, he's an unapologetic dude who has never conceded the last election, so he's a sore loser. What in what mind does he seem like? Oh, he's gonna take us in the promised land? How? What? He's had businesses that has failed. He has 3 baby mamas, multiple kids. He has 34 convicted felony counts. He's trying to sell some gold sneakers to some black people, which tells me I don't think he really knows black people like black people should assume. Let me hurry up and read this because I got about less than 4 minutes. So, as I mentioned, this is reported by The Hill. Quarter of young black men say they will vote for Trump. The survey says, okay, a new survey shows that more than a quarter of black men plan to vote for former President Donald Trump in the upcoming election. Now, the University of Chicago's latest Gen Forward poll release founded that if the election held today, 26% of black men between the ages of 18 and 40 said that they would vote for Trump, compared to only 12% of black women who said the same. Vice President Harris has been struggling with young black male voters since her campaign launch, which I think is insane. I think it's despicable and I think it's disgraceful. Still, Gen 4 polls show some contradictions among the demographic, despite 1/4 of young black men saying that they would cast their ballot for Trump. They repeatedly identify Harris as the strongest candidate on the issues. Nearly half of young black men said Harris is the candidate most capable of being a strong leader, compared to 25% of who the same of Trump, while 52% said Harris is the candidate who would do the most to improve their lives and their families' lives. Now, in fact, on every topic, ranging from the most trustworthy candidate to the one who will bring down inflation to protecting democracy, black men said Harris is the best choice. I will not read any more on that. I'll probably read a little more late in another episode because my time is really coming down to a close. But my friends, black men especially, y'all, please make the right choice. I'm not gonna say who to vote for, but I'm just gonna say you make the right choice. Please gather up the information, gather up the accomplishments and the policies. Go tact for tact. You know what I mean? Do the comparisons, read them both at the same time amongst your friends, and just have those sit down conversations, small group conversations, right? And just say, okay, is this going to be what's best for black men in the black community, right? That's just how I break it, y'all. But anyways, look, my friends, thank you again for tuning into the Arrington Gavin Show. That is my time. I will see you next time. Be sure to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. on WDJY 99.1 FM, as well as on podcasts and streaming on YouTube and Rumble. Our YouTube channel is R Smooth Club Media, the letter R, Smooth Club Media, as well as the Arrington Gavin Show on Rumble. Follow us on our social media platforms, X at the Arrington Gavin Show, as well as on Instagram. Take care. I'll see you next time. And please share this show, share it with friends, and continue to tune in independent, grassroots, unfiltered content. Stay blessed. I'm out.